Hey friends, welcome to the Links to Messiah podcast. My name's Rachel Kushner, and this is where we explore the Jewish roots of our faith and create family traditions that point straight to Jesus. Let's get started. Welcome back to our Shabbat table, the place where we slow our pace and remember what matters most. I'm especially excited today because we are continuing our brand new series. Over the next few weeks, we are going to be learning about the heroes of the faith. These are real people from the Bible who chose to trust God when life was either confusing or when waiting was difficult or when his promises seemed far, far away. And what also I'm excited about is that this journey will lead us all the way to Purim, where we are going to celebrate the story of Queen Esther and how God used her courage to save his people. But before we get there, we're going to start with an incredibly courageous woman named Deborah. Here we go. So if you're listening with kids, I want you to picture this. The table is set. Maybe there's crayons nearby. Maybe you're driving in the car to practice. Maybe it's quiet time at home. Wherever you are, you belong here. And if you are a Shabbat Club family, grab this week's packet. You want to have that Hebrew definition snapshot worksheet. Grab the coloring page, the one that says Judges 4:14 has that beautiful verse on there. And the fact matching sheet. Grab that one too. There's others, but those three are going to help get us through this podcast. Now listen, if you are not a part of Shabbat Club, that is okay. You are always welcome here at this table. We have a very big table with lots of open seating for you. Today, we are talking about one of the most courageous leaders in the Bible. And as I stated, her name is Deborah. Let's start with her name, Deborah. In Hebrew, we say Devorah. And you know what it means? Bee. Yes, a bee, like a bumblebee or a honeybee. That might sound kind of funny at first, but in the Bible, names matter. A bee is small, yet powerful. Bees work hard. Bees bring sweetness. Bees can even protect when needed. And that fits Deborah perfectly. So grab that definition snapshot worksheet. It's a perfect time to look at it. In fact, let's say it together. Let's say Deborah, that's English, Devorah, Hebrew, and bee, what it means. The definition. Deborah, Devorah, bee. Say it with me. Deborah, Devorah, bee. God often uses people who don't look necessarily powerful, but do they do powerful things. So let's set the scene of this incredible story. Deborah lived during the time of Judges. This was when Israel didn't have a king yet. This may sound silly, but the story of Deborah was a very Jewish story. It's happening in the land God promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Israel had turned away from God again, and they were being oppressed by the Canaanites. The enemy commander was named Sisera, and he had 900 iron chariots. That's terrifying. The people cried out to God, and God answered by raising up Deborah. She was not sitting on a throne. She was not wearing armor. She was sitting under a palm tree. That detail matters. Palm trees are a symbol of righteousness and life in Scripture. Devorah sat under the palm tree to listen, to judge, and to help God's people. Here's what I love about Deborah. I've been learning so much about her this week as I've been pouring through these chapters. Deborah was calm. She was rooted, and she was listening. Parents, this is such a beautiful picture of leadership that starts by listening to God. Deborah heard from God, and when God spoke, she listened. God told her it was time to act. She called a man named Barak and said, "The Lord has commanded you to go." Barak was afraid. And you know what Deborah did? She didn't shame him. She did not push him away. She said, "I will go with you." Now that is courage. Courage doesn't mean she didn't feel scared. Courage means trusting God even when you do feel nervous. And I have a feeling that Deborah experienced a lot of nervousness and a lot of anxiety, yet she remained calm and she chose to listen to her God. That is such a great lesson for all of us. If you have that fact matching worksheet, this is the perfect time to pause and match who did what. Deborah listened, Barak went, and God gave the victory. And then comes one of the most exciting verses in the story. That is from Judges 4:14. Deborah says, "Go. This is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands." If you have that coloring page, this is your verse. Color it. Circle the word go. Say it out loud, because when God says go, he has already gone before us. I want to say that again. When God says go, he has already gone before us. Oh, do I need to remember that? God brought the victory, and it wasn't because Israel was strong. It's because God is faithful. After the victory, Deborah did celebrate, but not in the way that we often think of celebrating. She didn't throw a party for herself. She did not take credit for what had happened. She sang. Judges chapter 5 is a song, and in the Bible, songs are how God's people celebrate what the Lord has done. This was worship. This was remembrance. Deborah's song retells the story so it would never be forgotten. It honors the courage of the people who stepped forward. But again, it points back to the Lord as the true deliverer. Now, this is deeply Jewish. Celebration is not just about the moment. It's about telling the story again so that the next generation will remember what he has done. Deborah celebrated through worshiping and through her song, and she taught Israel how to remember. We remember, we tell the story, we sing, we pass it on. Just a little side note, this is one of the reasons I love all of the Jewish feasts and holidays, because we gather together as a family and we retell the story. It's so powerful. After Deborah's leadership, the land had peace for 40 years. 40 years. I'm sure that sounds familiar to a lot of you. Very significant. Peace does not come from winning battles. Peace comes from, what do you think I'm going to say? Can you fill in the blank? Peace comes from two words: trusting God. Deborah's story points us forward. Just like Deborah was raised up to bring deliverance, Jesus was sent to bring the ultimate deliverance. Jesus listened perfectly to his Father. Jesus obeyed even when it was hard. Jesus brings the lasting peace that we are all looking for. The same God who spoke to Deborah is the God who sent Jesus. And he is the same God who's with your family today. If you're a part of Shabbat Club family, this week's packet is designed to help you slow down and really sit with this story. So the devotional, the Hebrew meaning, the coloring page, and the matching sheet, and the other worksheets that you received this week are all tools to help your faith grow naturally around the table. There is a link in the show notes if you want to learn more about Shabbat Club. We would love to have you join us. Every week we gather, we slow down, and we remember who God is and what He's done. So, as you sit together, remember Deborah, remember the bee, remember that when God says go, He is already faithful. Shabbat Shalom, friends. I'll see you next week. Who do you think we might be talking about next week? Who is a hero of the faith that you want to learn about? Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to head over to linkstomessiah.com, where we have a lot of free resources, seasonal boxes, and an ever-growing digital library. We are here to help your family connect with the Jewish roots of our faith and the Messiah, Jesus.